You sink into the velvet seat of carriage 7, the clack of rails humming beneath your shoes. It is 2 minutes to midnight, and every lamp along the corridor trembles with anticipation. You can almost taste the intrigue in the air, thick as the perfume drifting from cabin B. Tonight you are not just a passenger. You are the keen-eyed detective enlisted by the celebrated Monsieur Félix Dubois, the jeweler whose name alone sends collectors reaching for their pocketbooks. Dubois is moments away from unveiling a dazzling collection he calls the Nightfall Gems. 5 people stand to gain or lose everything if those jewels change hands. First is Isabella Crane, Dubois' protégée and rival in equal measure, clinking a crystal coupe while murmuring that genius always skips a generation. Beside her lounges Victor Armitage, a silk-suited financier whose appetite for risk is whispered to be as large as his gambling debts. Closer to the bar, you notice Celeste Beaumont, Dubois' personal assistant, whose precise smile hides an impatience you can almost hear ticking. In a window seat sits Neville Grant, an art dealer who trades secrets the way other men trade stocks, his fingers drumming a restless code on the glass. Finally, pacing just outside the door, conductor Matteo Rossi checks his pocket watch every 20 seconds, perhaps counting down to disaster or salvation. Each one has motive, each one opportunity, and you, dear listener, have barely buckled in. The clock strikes 12. Dubois enters the observation lounge, cape swirling like a curtain cue. He raises a leather folio, empty. Gasps scatter through the carriage. The Nightfall Gems are missing. Worse, Dubois himself steps back, sways and vanishes as the lights flicker. When illumination returns, only a faint scent of bergamot and a single brass cipher disc spin on the floor. Dubois is gone, and so is the fortune he promised to reveal. Your pulse quickens. Will you unravel the riddle before the train reaches the next station at dawn? You pocket the cipher disc. Around its rim, 12 letters gleam. LYMEFISENDCA. The inner ring shows numbers 1 through 12. Dubois adored simple Caesar shifts. Did he leave you a breadcrumb? Turn the outer ring until the letter L aligns with number 1. Then whisper the sequence aloud. Do you hear it? Perhaps you catch the hidden word, silence, tucked among the spokes. Why would Dubois instruct silence unless he feared an accomplice listening? You decide to interview the suspects. First stop, the bar. Isabella swirls her drink, icy shards ticking against glass. She smirks. Felix underestimated my designs, darling. But theft? Far too gauche. She leans in, voice a velvet blade. If he staged a disappearance for drama, you should search the cargo car. He loves theatrics. Her eyes, though, dart to the cipher disc. Does she recognize it, or pretend not to? Leaving her, you glide toward Victor Armitage. He is rolling dice against the mahogany panel, numbers clattering like bones. My stakes are high, he confesses, but only at the gaming tables, not in grand larceny. Yet his hands tremble when the dice show snake eyes, as though luck itself condemns him. You ask where he was when the lights blinked out. He shrugs. I was right here, losing as usual. No witness confirms the claim. In cabin C, Celeste Beaumont arranges folded linens with surgical precision. Monsieur Dubois valued punctuality, she says, smoothing a crease that is not there. If he is hiding, it is a lesson to the rest of us. Never miss a deadline. She arches a brow. But you should know, detective. Felix hated the conductor's constant delays. Why redirect suspicion onto Rossi unless she feels heat herself? You exit to the dim corridor where Neville Grant gazes at passing darkness. He addresses the window, not you. Beauty is an illusion of light, he muses. Remove the light and everything disappears. He turns, eyes glittering like stolen stones. Do you ever wonder why a man insures jewels moments before revealing them? That question hangs like smoke. And you add insurance fraud to your ledger of motives. Finally, you find conductor Rossi in the vestibule. watch in hand. Safety first, he insists, checking bolts. Passengers must feel secure, especially those carrying treasures. You remark that his watch ticks 90 seconds fast. He stiffens. Freight cars can't wait for divas, he says, then disappears down the stairwell as brakes screech for a brief unscheduled stop. The train lurches, your stomach with it. Through frosted panes you glimpse shadowy countryside and in the near distance, a lone signal lantern swinging. Why the halt? Curious, you push toward the rear cargo car, heart drumming a harmony with the rails. Inside, crates tower like silent chess pieces. You click your pocket torch. A mannequin wearing a velvet cape stands surrounded by mirrors, its head replaced by a note. You unfold the paper, reading by torchlight. Shift 7, trust none, another cipher clue. Applying a shift of 7 to the earlier letters gives you exit near dining car. And your breath catches. Someone plans to disembark unseen. But whom? Racing back, you catch Isabella slipping through a service door. You follow and corner her in the narrow galley. She raises flour-dusted hands. Looking for midnight snacks, detective? Her smirk falters when you recite the shifted message. She insists she is innocent. I can crack codes, yes, but only to keep Felix sharp. If he staged this madness, he wanted you amused until sunrise, her alibi. Baking lessons with the chef, who confirms smelling bergamot, Dubois' fragrance, right before the blackout. Perhaps Felix visited the kitchen, meaning Isabella is less suspect. You regroup in the lounge, mind racing. Victor now gambles with Neville, dice, and whispering voices blending with the train's rhythm. Celeste stands apart, polishing the cipher disc you left on a side table. How did she acquire it? You confront her, and she flashes a tight smile. I retrieved what Monsieur Dubois meant for me. He trusted me with his secrets. She drops her voice. He was going to flee tonight, abandon his empire before creditors closed in. He asked me to destroy the proofs of debt. She fishes a ledger from her coat. Pages list payments to Victor Armitage and commissions to Neville Grant. He owed everyone, she sighs. Everyone but me. Motive surfaces like a drowned face. Betrayal. Yet something still feels off. 6 minutes remain before the train reaches the border bridge where customs officials will board. A perfect point of no return. You open a narrow service hatch, leading onto the exterior gangway. Wind howls, steel groans. In the moonlight, you spot fresh scuff marks and fibers of velvet. You lean over the railing, scan the undercarriage, and there, clinging like a bat, is Dubois himself, alive, eyes blazing with mischief and fear. He mouths a single word. Help. You haul him onto the gangway just as another figure steps out from the luggage door, revolver glinting. Conductor Rossi. End of the line, monsieur, he growls. Insurance doubles if the jewels vanish forever with their owner. He didn't anticipate you. Your voice must cut through the roar. Rossi, think. The policy is void if foul play is proved. You'll get nothing but iron bars. He hesitates. You seize the moment, flip the cipher disc toward the revolver. Instinctively, he catches it, loosening his grip. You tackle him. The gun skitters over the edge into oblivion. Minutes later, Rossi is cuffed in his own ticket straps, and passengers gather as Dubois, dignified yet shaken, recounts the plot. Rossi planned to halt the train, force Dubois off with the jewels, then claim the jeweler died in an accidental fall. Chaos making investigation murky. The ciphers were Dubois' desperate breadcrumb trail, meant for anyone clever enough to follow. Isabella laughs with relief. Victor wipes sweat from his brow. Neville lights a cigarette, contemplating the story rights, and Celeste simply thanks you with a nod that promises future adventures. The train whistles, rolling once more. You stand in the doorway, night air cool against your face. Did you enjoy the puzzle? Did you savor each twist? Perhaps you're already craving your next mystery. Remember this: Silence often speaks loudest. Luck favors the watchful, and ciphers, like people, reveal everything once you know the right shift. As the horizon blushes with first light, you pocket the cipher disc, a souvenir of danger averted and curiosity rewarded. The Midnight Express barrels toward dawn, but your mind remains in that electric stretch between question and answer, a realm where every listener becomes a detective, if only they dare to look closely enough. Keep your eyes sharp, your heart steady, and never ignore the faint tick of hidden codes. After all, you never know who or what will vanish when the lights go out again. Farewell for now.